Hey everybody, it's Dave Juno, the Meniere's Disease Warrior. How y'all doing? I'm better. I've had the norovirus for the last few days, and today's probably the first day I was able to hold down some food. I still kind of look pasty. I'm really tired because, as with anything, colds, flu, whatever, COVID, it can trigger Meniere's. Norovirus can trigger your Meniere's, and it did with me. I still don't feel all that great, and I'm very dizzy. But, I feel better. I feel good enough to at least make a video. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was, people lately have been finding these things, and somehow it's linked to could be the cause of Meniere's. And one I saw today that said it was the cause of Meniere's. And the one thing is that they don't know what causes Meniere's. Okay, that is one thing we all have to take into account before we jump and make this leap to try something. Okay, because today, and I've seen a few of the vermectin, people posting about vermectin for Meniere's, and I literally don't see something with it. Today, somebody posted something about it being, can't even remember the name of the parasite. They're saying this parasite, causes hearing loss and Meniere's. Well, and they made this big write-up, and I'm just kind of shaking my head, like, if they thought these things were from parasites, or they had the research, or they thought they were from parasites, wouldn't every doctor try to give you an anti-parasitic medicine? And that's the thing. And I remember Dr. Gasek had told me years ago that really the only way you could tell if, like, it's a virus, like the herpes virus, is, if somebody's dead and you go in and test the cells. Now, my thing is, why couldn't you do a biopsy that way? Cut open, go in, test the cells. But I guess because you'd cause so much damage that you would lose your hearing. That's what another doctor told me. But even still, if, like, I die and I have Meniere's, open my head up and see if there's a virus there or whatever. Now, for me, it wasn't, because the antivirals didn't work for me with Dr. Gasek. But he had a good result enough that it's possible that it could be from a virus. But you have to take this medication the rest of your life, the antiviral the rest of your life, to keep it under control. Makes sense. Okay? And from his researchers and his son's research, that's what they found. So I can understand that, because they've got a validity of people that are living normal lives on antiviral medication. And I know a lot of people who are, because it must be what's affecting their Meniere's. But the parasitic thing, nobody ever talked about vermectin until COVID came out. Okay, and people were saying, "Oh, it cured me of my COVID and made COVID go away so much quicker." I think that was just basically a placebo effect, because you can believe that something is going to cure you, and you can have it so denigrated in your head that you believe it so hard that you think it did, and that's nothing wrong with it, because you're living a good life. I remember years ago, I read in a New England Medical Journal, because my mother worked there, and she used to bring home a magazine every month, and her and I would read it, that they were testing a medication for migraine with a placebo, which was sugar pills, basically. And they got better results from the sugar pills than they did with the actual medicine. So if your mind believes that this sugar pill is going to get rid of your migraine, it's going to get rid of it. Because your mind is a powerful thing if you let it. So, when I see these posts, like I saw today about parasitic, and then all of a sudden it runs down the chain, because now people are looking to buy vermectin, people are ready to jump off the bridge for it. And when it's not that, and they still don't have a clue what's going on, okay, it doesn't work for them. Then they get depressed and this and that and the other thing. Here's the thing. You want to research Meniere's, that's great. You want to, search all day doing Meniere stuff, and you find something and you want to share it, that's great. Luckily, this person who posted it, and it was a good post. It was very informational. I don't know what happened to it. It disappeared. I didn't remove it because I actually thought it was a good post. It was very interesting because it explained about parasite. It didn't just say it's caused by parasite. Take vermectin. It was very explanation. And another guy who commented on his post was very good explanation what he was writing too. So I don't know what happened to it. I don't know why it was removed. But it was a very good post, and I did learn something. But the only problem I had was all of a sudden people are posting where to get vermectin, and asking the guy a ton of questions. And the guy was very honest. I really don't know. It's just something I read and something I saw, and I thought I'd share with people. They were acting as if this guy did this research. He didn't do the research. He just found it. And it was pretty good. It wasn't bad. I don't normally knock research. If it is a parasite, that's awesome. Let's look more into that. Okay? Maybe, talk to your doctor about trying vermectin. Or maybe they can do a test study on vermectin and Meniere's. Awesome. Okay? But let's not be a guinea pig. Okay? Because even in some of the comments I was reading about it, he was talking about how in Brazil, they were giving these people the full dose of vermectin, 1,200 milligrams, and they were all having heart palpitations. Okay? Now, see, they're not doing that testing here in the United States. They might be doing it in other places like Australia, England, wherever. They're not doing it here. So if you call, Walmart Pharmaceutical, or whatever, or, buy HeartGuard, because HeartGuard is vermectin, and you take 1,200 milligrams, you could be putting your body in danger. And that's the other thing. People are willing to put their body in danger for the simple fact of having Meniere's disease. And yes, I have Meniere's disease. I know how rough it is. Okay? It's norovirus. I've had it all weekend. It's triggered my Meniere's. I still don't feel right. The GI, digestive system feels okay, a little squeamish, but okay. But the rest of me, I don't. I'm dizzy. I'm walking with a cane. All these things. Okay. But just to try something for happenstance without any research, without talking to a doctor, can be very dangerous. And I don't think people understand this. Okay? I know Meniere's is awful. But what you do can make it worse if you're not doing it with a doctor knowing what you're doing. Okay? Or a doctor saying, you know what? We've tried everything else. Go ahead, try vermectin and see what happens. Okay? You're just you could cause more damage. The next thing you know, you're taking this for vermectin. You're taking vermectin because you think it's going to help your Meniere's. It ain't helping your Meniere's. Now all of a sudden you have a heart attack because of the vermectin. I'm not saying vermectin gives heart attacks. I'm just saying. Let's say that's what happens, or let's say it causes your appendix to burst, or whatever. Okay, because it's really not made for humans. It's made for animals. Dogs, cats, horses, pigs, things like that. It's not made for humans. So if you're going to go willy-nilly and try it, something bad happens to you, who are you going to blame then? You're going to blame the guy who made a post? Or are you going to blame yourself because you didn't listen to your doctor and you didn't listen to common sense medicine? Sometimes, I hate to say this, common sense medicine is the best way to get through anything. Okay? Common sense medicine. It's like, you're nauseous from vertigo. Try the ginger chews. I've done the ginger chews, the ginger things, and they work. They do work. I've tried them, and they really do work. Or even, everybody's favorite medicine, meclizine. Okay, it's a common sense type of medicine because a lot of doctors prescribe it. Try it. Take it to stop the nausea, whatever. Common sense. Not willy-nilly to the point where you might hurt yourself. Or worse, leave us all together from this planet because you're just willing to do anything to get rid of Meniere's. Be patient. There are new things coming every day. They're in some pharmaceuticals. It looks like they're on the right path with the Epsilon. No, I do not know when it's coming out, so don't send me a bunch of messages asking. But they seem like they're on the right path. The gel steroid, dexamethasone, where they inject in your ear and it's a gel and it takes a while to dissolve, can last up to 6 months to a year instead of every 3 months. So they're working on things, and they're really making progress. But have patience and use common sense medicine. And use common sense to begin with. Okay? Don't get into that panicky, desperate time. Yes, and you don't have it as bad as I do. I have it just as bad as everybody else. Okay? But, my thing is, sometimes I have to put that on the back burner. Because I've got 2 grandkids living with me that I take care of. My wife and I help raising. So, Meniere's a lot of times takes back burner. I can't go lay down. I can't go take that Valium. I can't go, because if I take the Valium, I'm useless. I'm as useless as 2 tits on a bowl. But, so I have to wait until either my wife's home or their father's home from work, my son, my oldest, before I can do anything. So I end up suffering all that time. Okay? Look at this weekend. Okay, Sunday morning, perfect example. Everybody's running in and out of the bathroom, puking. Except for me, I wasn't at the puke stage yet, not till that afternoon. But everybody's running back and forth to the bathroom, puking or whatever. I waited 2 hours to go in there to take a pee, to go pee. Now I could have said, get the hell out of the bathroom, we're really going to pee. But no, I sat there and waited for 2 hours. I don't know how the hell I held it that long, but I did. Finally, everybody was done puking. I went in and peed. Then I cleaned up the bathroom. And then 3 hours later, I was puking. Okay? Because I had patience. I know. And me and my friend Gina call it the P word. But over time, you develop it. And you have to. Okay? I had no choice. I had to. Okay? We only got 1 bathroom in my house. What are you going to do? It's an old house. We only had 1 bathroom. So, in a nutshell, seeing these things of maybe it might be parasites, or maybe it might be a virus, or maybe it might be something else, is all great. Okay? But they're all mites. There's no conclusion, and it is no definite. Because with Meniere's, they don't know what causes it. So there's no definites there. If you show me a definite, that's different. There's no definite. And I don't care about the amount of research you've done. There's no definite. There's no definite at all. Sorry, but sometimes you got to face facts. And that's it. So, continue what you're doing. If what you're doing is working, fantastic. Just don't do anything reckless because you're so desperate. Because it doesn't help you, and it's not going to help your family, and it's not going to help your friends when you're really, really sick because you didn't want to have patience and you wanted to try something. Okay? So on that note, have a great night, and I will talk to you all soon. Later.